Hello everyone, welcome back to Saddle Up Shooting. I ran a kind of a brief poll on my community page to find out which one of my 300s that I don't shoot very much, 300 H&H Magnum, 300 Win Mag, 30-06, and 308, which one of those that you'd like to have this video about. Well, the overwhelming response was the 308. So let's go over that in just a minute. Target set up at 100 yards. Let's get to shooting. I was sort of surprised to find out that the 308 is what people wanted to see. Granted, it is a vastly popular cartridge, you know, for all three disciplines of hunting, long-range shooting, competition, and of course the military. You know, it has a short action instead of the long action like my 300 Magnums. But you know, my 300 Magnums were bought for a purpose, and that was to have a one-shot terminal impact on any animal that I shot because of the increased velocity and the increased energy. And those things, the 300 H&H, the 300 Win Mag, you know, they've never failed me. 30-06 was what I grew up on, and I do believe that the 30-06 can do everything that the 308 can do better. But, you know, that's an argument for another time. But you wanted to see the 308. Well, a little bit of backstory. I'm new to the 308. I've only owned one for 2.5 years, and as you can see by this rifle setup, which started out as a hunting, tactical, police type rifle, I took off the AccuStock and I put it into a chassis, and it shoots really well. It shoots so well that I don't have to work up too many loads for it. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to shoot 3 different loads to show the versatility of the 308. With 110 grain for varmint, 150 grain for deer size game, antelope, and 180 grain for, well, if you feel that you need to go above CXP2 to CXP3, which is elk and above, then it can do that. However, it says right on the Winchester box that these 180 grains are designed for CXP2 game. Okay, so I'll go over the speeds with you. Let's go ahead and shoot 3 shots of each. Let's find out where they hit on the target, and let's have some fun. Okay, first up are these Winchester Super X 180 grain factory. It's, you know, factory loads shoot okay. I haven't shot these ever in this rifle. I bought them just for this video. So target set up, it'll be the left-hand target. I'm shooting in the same place I always shoot, a nice high berm quarry. Maybe you can see the surroundings, very safe. Eyes are on, ears are in. Let's go ahead and shoot. This 180 grain shoots right at about 2650 feet per second. Alright, I've got a cold, clean barrel, clean all the way down, so I don't have a clue of where it's going to shoot. But it's another reason why we do shoot, is to find these things out. Alright, target on the left. Parallax set. Okay, low left. Got a little bit of a thump to it, those 180 grains. Okay, well, that first clean bore shot, low left, and then two right together, just right at 2 inches below. Okay, all right, next up will be 110 grain. So now we've gone from the heavy bullet of 180 down to a varmint bullet. Okay, I've got to turn the camera off. I can't show inserting a magazine. That's new YouTube rules. So hang on. Okay, now 110 grain. These are screaming out of this barrel at about almost 3380 feet per second. So you might have seen a past video shooting these. So let's see how they shoot now. It'll be the target on the right. 3 shots. There we go. These are federal 110 grain VMAXs. They are factory loads. I decided not necessarily to reload for these because I think you can see why. They're pretty accurate. And the speed is good. The standard deviation and extreme spread was not. But again, 110 grain that I set up for varmints is, 300 to 400 yards max. So at 100 yards, if I'm getting that kind of accuracy, then that'll carry out pretty good. All right, here we go. Let's hope I don't make a liar out of myself and throw this one way off. All right, that looks like a pretty good little group. All right, again, I can't load the magazine for you, but the next up, 150 grain SST. All right, let me also go mark that target on the right so we know where those hit, so we can see where the 150s hit. Okay, a little bit about this rifle for those of you that have seen this rifle for the first time. This is my Savage Model 10 FCPK. The F stands for synthetic stock. The C stands for detachable magazine. The P stands for police, so evidently it was originally set up as a tactical style rifle with a 24-inch barrel. The K stands for the muzzle brake. Originally it came in an ACU stock by Savage. I did not have a good relationship with that stock, so I bought this Oryx chassis. It's very, very customizable as far as comb height, length of pull. It's just a much nicer setup. But it sort of disqualifies this rifle as a hunting rifle because it's now heavy. I took it from a 9.5 pound rifle to a 13 pound rifle. The scope I have on here is a 6x24 first focal plane scope. Works pretty well. Alright, so the 150 grains that I'll be shooting now is my own hand load. These are Hornady SST rounds. Again, 150 grain with CFE 223. I had to go pretty mild on these according to the book because I got really good speed out of them. These are going to be traveling out of the barrel at over 2950 feet per second. That makes it equal to a 30-06. I don't know why it's going that fast. I don't really care, as long as it's accurate. So let's go ahead and shoot that target on the left where I shot the 180 and see how it works. That target is marked now. sort of have a kind of a love-hate relationship, because even though I like the rifle and it's very accurate, the action is very, very stiff. Okay. Alright, so that does it for the 308. Again, 110 grain, 150 grain, hand load, 180 grain factory. I think you see how it shoots. So it can cover from varmints all the way up to whatever you want to shoot with it. Well, let's go take a look at that target and analyze it, and then we'll wrap this up. Well, here you go. You saw these as 180 grain Winchester PowerPoint Super X at approximately 2650. Those two were pretty good. That was the very first shot. So that's outside maybe 1.5 inches, okay, maybe 1 3/4 inches. All right, then the Hornady 150 grain SST at 2,980 feet per second, and these are my hand loads. They shoot better than this, folks. I guess, you know, call this shooter error, or I need more practice or something, I don't know. But this is normally a 1/2 inch group, so if that one was right there, I'd say it's good, but I threw that one out, so that made it almost an 1 inch group. Okay, then over here was the factory 110 grain Federal V-Max. I'm really excited about these. No reason to reload for these, because they shot like this last time and they shot like this again. That's less than a 1/2 inch, folks, at 3,380 feet per second. I need to get that out at a longer range and kind of factor in how much of a drop there will be, because there's no question on coyotes and smaller that diameter of bullet will blow them up. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you will, and if you think I've earned it, say something in the comments. I'd appreciate it very much, but no matter what, God bless you all. See you next time. Goodbye.